Yes, let's go. Do it.
Yo, hi people. What's going on?
What?
It's almost May. Can you believe it? We're about a quarter of the year done. If you believe
It's
that.
gonna be May.
We're going on NSYNC? Why don't we save that for when Trolls 3 comes out?
Seriously, that's a fucking like meme when it comes to May.
And, hey, what about yeah, especially when we get to the 4th too. Damn.
3 small regular or dipped cone with an app or online order of $1 or more.
What are you talking about?
Excuse me, what?
I have
the Dairy Queen app.
Oh, I don't even know what a Dairy Queen is. Dairy Queen does not exist anymore where I am.
It's just a place for frozen treats.
I think there's one Dairy Queen left in my town, but I'm pissed off there was not one in the mall. The last time I went there was with my dad and my brother like 2 years ago, and I still like their bacon cheeseburger. Like, holy shit!
Oh, they now have a burger that's like you can have like like a double burger or a triple burger.
Oh, Sketches! Look who's here! It's Sketchity! I have not seen you. I have not heard.
Sketchity!
I haven't seen you. I haven't seen you since.
Hello.
I haven't seen you since we rebranded. How you doing, dude? Dairy Queen is an ice cream store. Usually it's seasonal. Some Dairy Queen sell burgers. I do have not me Dairy Queen story, but somebody that we used to talk about on the show. There was a Dairy Queen story, but I'll let Sil finish.
Oh crap! Hold on. Sorry, I had chat, but I forgot to mute. All right, so yeah, they have one you can get a double burger or a triple burger. They have their own version of the what was it? If you know what the rodeo burger from Burger King is, they have their version of that now.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
Yeah, usually I like getting the well, sometimes I get like the classic cheese one, but.
Oh, Echo.
Echo.
I can't help it. I have no freaking headphones.
I need to get you some headphones. Sorry, I'm kind of having kind of lost my train of thought for a moment there.
Starkist.
Oh, wait, now I remember. Just plain because warm pickles are kind of gross.
Yeah. No. Oh, I do have.
Small heads up if I pause for a moment. It's allergies are hitting me really hard. I guess. I don't know. I've had a really bad headache.
Dude, I've been having sneezes too.
Yeah.
Well, we might as well talk about the main thing that happened yesterday. Jerry Springer passed away. And if you missed Wednesday's show, we made a joke on the Danganronpa show that like somewhere like in the spirit world or whatever, they were doing like a Jerry Springer version. And then the next 24 hours later, he just ups and passes right after that. So
I know me and
that's some ominous shit though.
Yeah, that's kind of fucked up. Like I feel like there's something like similar like that has happened, like where we like mention a famous person, then within a week they're.
All right. Well, let's not mention. Let's not mention Jaleel White then, because if he goes, that's going to be or Carl,
I think
Carl
it's
Winslow.
the point where we're not actively thinking about it, like.
Yeah.
Like when someone absentmindedly throws a ball and it goes into the hoop without meaning to.
That's all right, Miss Sketchity. We just been here entertaining.
Yes.
Oh, dude, I hate that.
You've been feeling better.
Yeah, it sucks that you've been injured for like the past month and a half. I hope everything's going good. But in terms of Jerry Springer, I want to also mention that he was the reason why reality TV existed. Or got popular, I should say. It existed long before he was on his own television show. But This guy also used to be a politician in Chicago.
Who's the mayor?
Yeah, he actually ran the fucking place. So, and then all of a sudden decided, you know what? I'm done running fucking Chicago. I'm just gonna go be a talk show host on the daily mornings. Because 90s, you had all these daytime talks. You had Oprah, you had Geraldo, you had
Rosie?
What?
Rosie O'Donnell.
Rosie O'Donnell?
Well, that was more sit down interviewee type of stuff. I'm like this because the way her setup was, Rosie's setup was like having a daytime talk show, but it was almost like the Tonight Show, except it happened in the early like the late mornings. It was like kind of those, oh hey, I'm doing a sit down at my desk and then I just bring out guests all the time. I mean I remember when Angelica Pickles made an appearance. But that was the only thing.
You mean similar to like a David Letterman and Jay Leno?
Yeah, kind of. But it was just in the mornings, and she was really popular back then too. But no, this is different. Like Geraldo's show, you also had Phil Donahue had a show that was similar to Jerry's, but he piggybacked on a lot.
That was actually his show before Jerry took over.
Yeah. So
seriously. When he retired, Jerry took over.
Sketchy saying, actually, Jerry was in a scandal. He paid a sex worker with a check. Usually they take MasterCard or Visa. I mean, yeah. I mean,
what?
I mean, look, because a check leaves a paper trail. And if you were a sex worker back in the 90s or in the 2000s or even today, like it's still like sex work is still considered illegal in most cities, especially in Chicago. I mean, which it shouldn't be, by the way. I mean, let's not forget Lisa Gibbons, who, by the way, Donald Trump decided to make into one of his celebrity apprentices. I almost misgendered a dictator, but anyway, Sally Jesse Raphael. Oh yeah, there was a lot of people that did that. Jenny Jones with the whole. Yeah, Jenny Jones was the one that they had the gay guy that announced he liked the guy, and then the guy murdered the guy.
Yeah.
And then
we got Ricky Lake. We had Maury.
Oh yeah, Maury is definitely.
The episode was shown for the court trial.
Yeah.
It can be seen.
Yeah, because they sued Jenny the show. Ricky Lake, I forgot Ricky Lake.
Classic.
We need to do a story about that. Story.
I mean, it's been covered multiple times. I mean, we can do it if we want to, but it's been covered on like the dark side of the 90s. If anybody, that's like a what's that network? Vice. Because
Court TV did a documentary too.
Tempest Beltso, Queen Latifah. Wait, Queen Latifah had a show that was. I mean, I know Queen Latifah had her own like sitcom, but I didn't know that she dabbled into the whole daytime talk show where people are just like, oh, he had sex with me, I had sex with her. What? Bailey Sarian covered it. Yes, I know that.
What are you doing? Elliot's being naughty right now.
Ellie, can we go through one show without you destroying something? What am I at? I forgot who I'm talking to.
Yes, Elliot can be, especially during showtime. It seems like Elliot always wants to get attention during showtime, it seems.
I think he just likes to get attention in many ways as he can.
Yeah, yes, Sketchy. It was a trend in the 90s. Everyone had a talk show because they were trying to capitalize on that. I mean, even when they did the Dark Side of the 90s episode on it, it's like the guy that was like the producer of the Jerry Springer show is like, look, all you fucking woke assholes don't understand. We were trying to make money back then. And then people were like, yeah, but it helped create reality TV, and reality TV gave us Trump, and then Trump became president. Like, what the fuck?
Ew.
It's like, it's
fuck,
like,
we forgot Oprah.
Oh yeah, no, I said Oprah.
I wasn't listening. Sorry.
No, that's all right. But yeah, no, she's famous for like everybody getting a free couch or a free car.
All I can remember from Oprah is when Tom Cruise went crazy on the couch.
Yeah, that was viral back when viral was not even a thing. But she's the only billionaire that came out of that, really. Jerry Springer became a judge afterwards, and now Steve Harvey took over his spot as a judge.
Steve Wilkos from the Jerry Springer Show got his own talk show.
Yep. They put that on the gym all the time. That's why I don't go to the gym at that time of day, because I'm like, I don't need to look at this while I'm on the treadmill.
Steve.
But yeah, Jerry, I don't know. I mean, I know there were some famous moments on the show, and maybe we'll try to find some. You know what? Maybe I should do that, or maybe we could try to find like best moments from the show or something like that.
I'm looking at one of the videos right now, trying to see if Elliot moves, if I can find anything that's good. There's one that showed a brief moment where there was a guy dressed as a turkey.
Yep, not very common to do. I think.
I remember the hillbilly like karate guy. Oh God, who I know I'm talking about, the hillbilly karate dude. Remember Schnorr? I remember him.
Mhm. Oh. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There was like Jerry Cam at one time. What?
Okay, here's my favorite.
Oh yeah.
Here's my favorite episode. The episode where they brought the Ku Klux Klan out, and then they brought members of the mob out right afterwards.
Oh God.
And the mob
shit.
And the mob just fucking went up to the KKK guys and just punched them right in the face. It's one of those viral things that has ever come out of Jerry Springer. Like, not even words went down. Mafia guy just came up and then just just fucking like put one in and just knocked the guy out. It was like what, and the KKK guys were like, what are they doing? Why are they coming after us? And the mobs were like, you motherfuckers.
I was surprised the fucking KKK got on fucking Jerry Springer show, even though Jerry's Jewish.
Well, controversy creates cash. That's why the only reason why they were on there in the first place.
Yep.
That was the Jewish Defense League, according to Sketchity.
Yes, different types of mobs. I'm not specifically saying Italian. There are definitely different types of mobs. People would say Jewish Defense League is a mob of some kind, depending on who you ask. They're from New York. Yeah, I know they're from New York. I know all about the Jewish Defense League. But even Jewish people in New York, they're like, yeah, they're like our mob in a sense. Like all the friends that I've had that were Jews that came from New York have all said that. So my words, it's theirs. So, but yeah, they just fucking beat their fucking asses, and it was fun to watch. The only other thing I really know about Jerry is like the one scene in the Austin Powers sequel, The Spy Who Shagged Me. That's like after they did the whole intro with the opening credits and everything, it went straight into like some guards in Guam are just watching the show, and then Dr. Evil just shows up because they're doing an episode on evil fathers that want to take over the world. And then Seth Green is out there talking about like, well, my dad's cryogenically frozen, orbiting the Earth, and then they just bring out Dr. Evil randomly, and he's like, "Hello, Scott, Daddy's back."
I like how at the end of the fucking thing you find out the assistant was fucking Scott's mother the whole time.
Yes, because of the whole volcano sex scene that was in the movie.
Yeah.
And all because, like, Dr. Evil drank Austin's mojo and then all of a sudden just turned to the assistant and he's like, all right, it's time to get my mojo on. and that's how Seth Green was born. And he's like, but I thought it was a test tube baby. All lies. All lies! And then at the end, he's like, and Jerry Springer's like, in the end of the credits, like, okay, first of all, nobody can take your mojo. It is physically impossible. This whole storyline was just for fun. Stop taking it seriously.
Jerry Springer actually had a fucking movie, Ringmaster.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Wasn't Jim Carrey in it for a while? Like, as a cameo or something like that?
I don't remember him being in it. Yes, it was like on YouTube a while back, I think, but I can't remember if Jim Carrey was in it.
Maybe, I don't know. I never saw the movie. I saw the posters for it in the movie theater, and everybody, and like the whole neighborhood was all like, oh, how are they showing this movie in the theaters? Like our children could just all of a sudden just walk in and watch it. There was like this whole thing in the neighborhood where they were trying to get Jerry Springer banned from like television. Even though we were all at schools, there was no way we would actually get to see it because it was on. It's not like we were watching it in class. There was no way to actually watch it unless you were homesick. I mean, my mother let me watch Maury just for the hell of it.
My mother let me watch Jerry Springer, and I don't know why.
Sketchy's like Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm just wondering why the fuck my mother let me watch Jerry Springer when I was like 8.
Trash TV, late 90s.
I guess my mother just didn't care.
Sketchy saying, I remember one show where the mother crashed her son's wedding where she body slammed the wedding cake.
Oh, I remember that. That was the Jerry cam at one of them.
I'm surprised. What, was the mother not invited to the wedding? Was she considered whatever it is?
No, I think he was like marrying one of the family members. That's why.
Oh, okay. Well, the mother has every right to do that then.
And wanted to stop the wedding or something.
Yeah,
I remember it.
Instead of instead of being Dustin Hoffman in The Graduate, she just like went to the reception and just destroyed all the food.
It was like a total white trash wedding, I remember.
She hated the bride. Oh, of course. Overprotective mother of a family member. I don't know.
I remember the one Jerry cam where the wife thought her husband was cheating. She found him at a fucking KKK rally.
Oh, even worse.
Yeah, they caught that shit on camera. Also, there was an episode where a guy lived in a box outside his ex-wife's house because he wanted her to take him back, and she told him to go the fuck away.
I'm looking at that right now.
Yeah. My favorite episodes are the food fight ones, like especially for the holidays. Joey will fucking get mad because all the food got wasted.
Well, I'm saying, like, imagine that you were the chef in that instance. You make all this food. I'm sure they probably told the chefs what they were going to do with the food, because if they didn't, that's fucked up. But imagine, you're a chef. You're creating all this food. You've been to culinary school where they teach you that food is supposed to be an art form. And you're looking at all this food and you're like, man, I did really well for this, and I went out of my way. I spent hours making this. And then it just gets wasted because they don't even eat it. They're just throwing it everywhere. Now, unless of course they got paid very handsomely for it, they're like, oh yeah, sure, what the fuck, I don't care. At that case, I wouldn't mind. But if they didn't get paid for it, then it would be an issue.
I think I would feel sorry for the turkey in the incident because it gave its life for nothing.
Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean? My innards are gonna be thrown all over the place? What the actual fuck?
Wait, that's true. A turkey?
There were a bunch of shows the Sketchy saying there was a guy who lost everything because he had a fetish of role-playing as a dog. I was just...
Go ahead.
Look, a video just came out about a couple who role-plays where the guy role-plays as the baby in a relation, like he puts on a diaper and everything. He's got like a bed crib, and the wife role plays as the mother, and apparently they have a healthy relationship, and they only do it for like 30 minutes a day. But it's like, yeah, we just go back to our lives. But yeah, it's like role playing as a dog. I mean, nowadays, like, I wouldn't be surprised if people started doing that because you have furries out there that would love to do that.
One time I was watching one of those episodes. A guy came to the stage in a fucking coffin. He was actually convinced he was actually a vampire.
Uh-oh.
Okay, if you're convinced that you're a vampire, why are you doing a segment in the middle of the day where there's light?
You dumb ass.
The motherfucker was on stage drinking blood. Like, you should idea how fucked up this guy is.
I don't know. This guy's he probably got that from Austria because they do that in Austria sometimes. There's like caves where you can go in and drink blood.
No, he probably just played fucking like Vampire Masquerade and probably like got confused with his character.
Oh, so don't remind me of the guy marrying the horse. You know what the producer of the Jerry Springer show said about that? He's like, you know what? I'm sure that horse is a great horse. I would have a sit-down interview with that horse. Like, you're playing up to this? You're really playing up to this? You're really going to take this seriously just for the simple fact that you want to try to get money because you're a failed producer that couldn't get anywhere in Hollywood, so you had to resort to trash like this? What the hell, man?
Yes, resorting to bestiality, okay?
Yeah, instead of just getting like a 9-to-5 job with a union and everything, no, let's just stay in Hollywood and just make like let's just bring out a guest that does bestiality, because that's fun. That'll get people watching, because I don't have any talent whatsoever as a producer. I'm just gonna go to the ends of the earth to try to find the most edgiest shit I can, and just break status quo in a terrible way. Oh, shiz, sure. Anyway.
I think Jerry got into it with one of the guests one time because he was like, he hated the Jewish people and was training his kids to hate them too.
Oh, so a neo-Nazi.
Yeah, so basically it pissed Jerry off, and yeah, they got into a fight.
Right, rightfully so.
Mhm. But the guest was named Goose.
Oh, yeah, because I think that's a popular neo-Nazi nickname.
No, that's what Sketchy said. There was one guest named Goose. I don't know what his name is. Goose. I didn't see that episode. I just saw it like on a clip thing where they were talking about it.
Peace was never an option.
I don't want peace. I want war.
Oh no, I was just making a reference to the untitled Goose game with the meme of the goose with a knife in its beak saying peace was never an option.
So, Goose's cousin Jessica was dating this guy who was dating Constance, who was his roommate at the trailer park. Okay. That's what Sketchity said.
I don't know some of these episodes.
Let's just say this, pretty much, you've seen one Jerry Springer show, you've seen them all, basically.
Yes. I have no doubt that that's true. Because apparently, like, after a while, it just stopped being fun for people to watch. It's like, yes, because it's a fad. It's not meant to last. That's the thing about Crash TV and Shock Jocks. They're only doing it for the sole purpose of trying to get people to watch their show for a few years. And then people just like, well, the only way you can really go further is if you just go into, like, fascist territory. I mean, they already brought fascist on the show. It's like, what can you do next? After that, there's not really much you can do. So Goose's cousin Jessica was dating this guy who was dating Constance, who was his roommate at the trailer park. Apparently Jessica's boyfriend was playing cornhole with Constance and cheated on her. Well, I mean, cornhole is a popular game. You just get a few bags and you throw them into the board, and hopefully you score some points. I mean, we played cornhole We played cornhole all the time at the football games.
I don't think that's what not meant by cornhole.
Oh, are we really going in that territory?
Kids to be racist. That was August Craze, right?
I can't remember the dude's name.
Cause I'm looking this up right now, and I think I found him. He, if it is, he's a convicted child.
A child M. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's a Chester, basically.
Yeah.
We'll say Chester as the culprit.
Not like you're Chester.
Hey, when I picked out Chester's name, I did not know it was another name
He
for.
was arrested February 19th, 2014 on 6 counts of essay of children in Richland County, South Carolina. After a 3-day trial, the court found him guilty of 1 count of criminal essay involving minor child and 2 counts of committing lewd acts on a child. He was sentenced November 5th, 2015, 50 years in prison for Child M, 2 15-year sentences and 1 20-year sentence, running consecutively. And he's still in there.
Good. I hope he stays in there and stays away from kids.
And those prisoners are not going to like him. They probably don't even like him.
They probably stuck a broom handle up his ass, for all we know.
No graphic imagery.
Well, if he does,
I'm still referring to my image I put in the stream room chat.
he'll probably end up going with the Aryan Brotherhood or something.
I thought they were just going to flat out murder him.
You give up rights as not living as a human knife board.
Mm-hmm.
You mean like a human dartboard? You mean?
Nah, human knife. You know, human knife block.
Like if they're you're talking about like throwing knives at like back in the days at the circus acts, like where they throw knives at the person.
and they're tied up to a circle and it's spinning around and they're just throwing knives at them. Like, please don't hit the crotch.
Dude, my Uncle Bobo had me doing those tricks by the time I was 1 year old. Don't get me started.
You were a newborn doing it? You were a newborn doing this?
Yes. You have to start early with these circus acts before anything else, or else you don't eat in the circus.
Like, didn't you know, Mooney, that when she came out of when Circus came out of her mother's womb, she was like a cannonball coming out of the cannon. It was just like boom.
Oh my!
Right.
Oh my God! I destroyed my mother's vajayjay. Let's just say that much. Well, it was too tight by the time I came out, so I had to do something.
At least the doctor was able to catch you, though.
Well, they already had a net. They already had a net set up because they know that she was going to be in the circus. So they was like, well, we can have a future clown on our hands, so let's just get ready.
Oh, sketchy Jay Moore. So what happened was it was getting okay. So what happened next? That Goose and Jessica's boyfriend was getting high and drinking, and Goose admitted to Jessica that they hooked up. And Jessica's boyfriend will, no, they didn't. He gave him an oral exam. The sketchy goes on saying there was catfish by a little person, which was hilarious. Back to
Yeah, the amount of little people that have been on that show, one of the things that they always say is like, oh my God, I can't tell you how much sex I got after I appeared on Jerry Springer. And I'm like, I never got that again. So I'm really thankful that Jerry Springer helped me get laid twice a day. I'm like, okay. As apparently, because that was like the only place where they could be celebrities, it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything else that Jerry Springer did after. I mean, I know they tried to sue him and his show for something that happened, but again, that's like you're putting a politician up there who's ready to ask questions, and if your prosecution doesn't have any receipts, he's just gonna clap back at you which he did.
Yeah, they just hated the fact that there was so much violence on his show.
I mean, yeah, that could always be an issue because if they don't sign waivers beforehand, like they could be liable for that.
Plus, they're coming on the show. They're spinning their so-called Jerry butt. What more can a guest want?
They're so-called Jerry bucks.
Yeah, like back when they were in Chicago, like they would give them a certain thing called Jerry bucks, and they could spin it in the Chicago area.
This sounds like Disney World.
I know, right?
I mean, that's basically that's what Disney World does. They have like Mickey bucks, and it's like, oh, it's money for the park, but it's fun.
Give me the real money.
Well, yeah, just don't ask for the fake money.
Mhm.
That's how you do it. Like,
there was a woman. Oh, go ahead.
I had nothing.
I was reading Sketchity.
What is he saying?
There was a woman who had a bed and breakfast with a bar in her house. Then she found out 2 women slept with her husband in the bed and breakfast.
Big surprise! Big surprise! This is like that Keanu Reeves movie.
Which one? There's so many.
Well, there is a Keanu Reeves movie where his family went on a vacation, so it's just him in the house. All of a sudden, these 2 girls come up to his door and saying, "We got lost. We need to call our friends so they can pick it up, and it's raining." But then they're like, "Oh, hey, we want to have sex with you," and so he does, and then like, "Well, now that we got you vulnerable with your dick, now we could start torturing you." And of course, the movie was ridiculous because Keanu Reeves cannot act like he's being tortured. He just looked like he was ranting in front of a camera. And the girls are like, "This is the guy we decided to kidnap? Like this? Maybe we should just leave him to his vices." Like, it just took all the air out of it. Like, it just took all the air out of it. It didn't even feel like a very dramatic movie. It just felt ridiculous. It was just it was funny, and it's not supposed to be funny.
He has a certain way of acting, don't we all know that already?
That's why he's in John Wick, where he barely gets any lines.
Mhm. Gone are the days where he used to say "whoa" and all that bullshit.
No, he did that recently, and even then, that wasn't fun for a lot of people. It's like, guy, you guys are so old.
Yeah, when I saw him in Bill and Ted without his beard, he just looks so weird without it now.
All right, let's see what my hometown team's going to do in the draft. Anyway, oh, he had great hair. Oh, Sketchity is admiring Jerry's great hair.
Oh.
He's been able to maintain that hair for as long as he's been around.
Mhm.
Hey, now that's what you get when you have hairstylists all the time that just follow you around and that just do your hair every day. I was like, it would be something different if we had that. Imagine that. It'll be like, okay, you know what to do. Give me that Josuke pompadour.
Good. If we had a camera, we would definitely need a makeup style type of shit for our show.
Well, my friend in Seattle is a makeup artist, so that could work.
Yeah, we could pay him.
It's a woman, by the way.
Didn't. Okie dokie.
You just assumed her gender.
Sorry. I'm in my own little world right now.
It's like in your own little. Are you in the circus world? Like P.T. Barnum?
Oh yes, I was definitely thinking back when I was a kid where Uncle Bobo would fucking throw me onto the elephant while I'm kicking and screaming no. I'm telling you, he was very crazy. Used to love playing poker with the clowns.
Okay, my whole team just made a very bad pick. Makes no sense. Oh, wait, the cheating husband had incredible hair? Sketchy? Okay. It's like, yeah, that guy cheated on his wife, but he had such great hair. Like, that's the part I'm wondering. It's like, wait a minute. Is that why the woman went after him, because he had like such great hair? He just wanted to tug on it the whole time? I don't know. Yeah, I got nothing else on Jerry Springer, so.
Well, let's move to another subject.
All right.
What do we want to talk about?
Well, I mean, hey, it's a free-for-all, so. I mean, I got stuff for Monday's show, but I mean, I'm good.
Sure. How about you, Enzo? Let's see. Still sent something over.
Oh.
Did a little extra research.
So apparently, so what is it? So apparently they found the racist girl from Jerry Springer. Hold on. Is this gonna change? Is this gonna change screens? Yep, it's gonna change screens. All right, I'm gonna have to choose this in a different window. There we go. All right, this is a TikTok. Oh, so apparently here's the clip.
White Christians had nothing to do with it. Where do it say in the encyclopedia or anywhere else that blacks are not supposed to be in this world or anything? Tell me, where is that at?
Where did...
The blacks are the beast of the field. It says it right in your Bible.
The what?
The blacks
What?
are the beast of the field.
Oh, damn. That is... Oh, shit.
What?
Oh, you didn't hear that?
No.
Okay. So, the racist woman was apparently saying the blacks are the beasts in the field.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah, it is. I played the audio, like the audio was heard over the video,
She
but...
has dreadlocks. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm. She's like one of those people that's just like, well, I just like the style. I wanted to do it. And like, no. Sketchy saying, which racist girl? There's apparently so many on the show.
The kid. Like the little kids.
No, I think he's I think he's talking about which racist. Because apparently there's multiple ones. I don't know. Oh yeah, that was something else. And then just asking a question like that, like right out of the gate, and then answering like that. I mean, of course, no wonder the fuck. All right. So apparently, we'll probably save this for one of the stuff for Monday, but apparently, my friends are already upset at our football picks. Oh my! I sent a message to them, and already like they're starting to pour in like, what the? They're starting to come in with like what the actual fuck? What are we doing? So I thought that was funny. But so apparently there was a clip that was going around, and I said this on the Discord the other day, or yesterday I should say, that Cold Feet, like about 7 to 8 years ago, was on a panel with Amy Schumer, and they were discussing abstinence and sex, and Cold Feet was going around saying, oh, abstinence is like the best thing to happen for your marriage. it will make your life 10 times better, or like it will make your life 75 to 80% better. And of course, this is the guy who recently just got a divorce 2 years ago.
Yikes.
Yeah, so I found it. I'm not gonna play it because it's like that's copyrighted. But apparently, like Amy Schumer was like, "Listen, like married people seem to be the most miserable people in the world. So why would anybody sketchy cold feet as Steven Crowder?" But Amy Schumer was saying that like a married couple seems to be the most miserable people in the world. So why would you even go so far as to try to, save yourself for like the perfect time, because it doesn't seem like it's going to have any positive effects. And she was like, if a guy, like Amy Schumer went so far as to say, if a guy holds my hand, I'm instantly fucking him on the date. And she's like, I will have sex with every guy I date, and then sometimes I will date guys for like 3 to 5 years, and then we break up because we decided, and we just were like, okay, the fun's, like, we had fun, and it's time to move on to other people, and then I just go find another guy that wants to have fun. And my life is fine the way it is. I never had to get married, and well, sure enough, she married the guy that got her pregnant, but, yeah, but apparently she was just that, it was like she was trying to make the point that's like, yes, sex before marriage is awesome. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, people are just a lot happier that way because they're building a connection with like a partner that they just want to be sexually involved with. And Steven was like, there was even one point where like she made a pedophilic joke and just looked at Steven instantly when she said it, and then Steven was like uncomfortable with it. It's like, what do you mean? Why are you looking at me? Why are you insinuating that I'm like that? And it's like, yes, because you come from a very religious family. That's why. And the Catholic Church was very known for that, or just like churches in general. But yeah, and so he, besides that clip that went viral, Cold Feet recently did like a 5-minute intro to his show talking about his divorce that happened 2 years ago, and decided to just instantly talk about it now because I believe that the divorce, I believe that the court trial is about to start, because I believe they're going to be fighting over custody of the twins that he has. But, oh, Sylph, your fan's going off in the background. So he spent like 5 minutes just talking about it, and even going so far as to say, I hate the fact that Texas has a no-cause divorce law. Like why is it that women are just allowed to divorce whenever they want to? They should just be able to stay with their husbands. I'm paraphrasing, but something along those lines. And then saying that it was like, oh, I picked the wrong woman to be my wife and everything. And people are just like, what the fuck? Like, at first people started to feel sympathy because it's like he's going through a rough time, he's going through a divorce. But then just like the terrible stuff just kicked in. Like saying he doesn't want divorce to be legal, saying that, it's like, well, I picked wrong, so therefore I made the wrong decision in my life because I picked a woman that wasn't going to be faithful to me. I was like, no cheating happened. She just thought you were completely abusive, and she just left you because of it, and just trying to get away from your abusive ass. And she was like, oh, I probably should have picked someone that wouldn't go down that route. And so it's like, and now I found out this morning that there apparently is security camera footage that the ex-wife's lawyer apparently put out there, because apparently this is going to be in the court trial, that shows how abusive Steven Crowder was to his ex-wife, and even got to the point where she had to flee from the house. And I'm not going to show the video because it's pretty brutal, and I don't want to do any like that stuff because I don't think it's appropriate. But the fact that that was even put, the fact that clip exists is just like too damning. Like people should be like, okay, why are you going to associate? If you're a fan, you really going to associate with this motherfucker? And then I found out that Cold Feet decided that he got a townhouse after his twin babies were born, So after the pregnancy ended, by the way, he was not there when his kids were born, because at the time he was doing through chest surgery or something, because he had problems with his chest. But even while he was in the hospital, they were in the same hospital while she was giving birth. Didn't even think to go and to see the kids getting born, and then going back to his hospital room. And then just suddenly decides to buy a townhouse for himself just to get away from his wife and kids. So completely separate at that point. So it was just ridiculous. And the fact that all this stuff, I mean, apparently there's got to be more stuff coming out. So this is something that is going to completely take him down a notch, like his reputation, as bad as it was for all these years, just got even worse. And Sketchy saying it was an elective surgery. Yeah, he decided to just do this on his own. I totally forgot that it was elective. Like, this was not something that it was a necessary need. He's just like, well, I'm just going to get this done as his ex-wife is giving birth to his children. And since it's an elective surgery and it's not like a need emergency, like, why go through that stuff at that point? Like, that just seems completely ridiculous. So I bring this up because this has been going around. It's been going around online for a few days now, because this has been like a whole thing that's been happening all week. And it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And there are people out there that are just, it's almost like an entire circus almost.
Did someone say circus?
That's and his surgery. Oh, God damn it, Sexy! And his surgery is gender affirming care. Listen, there are people that are just saying, look, Steven's gay. He is gay. He is just like, he just will, like, the fact that he likes to dress up like a woman every chance he gets. He is a drag queen in disguise. People are just like, it doesn't even, and people are like, it doesn't even matter if he comes out. He's still going to be a dick. He's still going to be an asshole. He's still going to be a vermin. Let's just put him in the cannon and just fly him off into Mars with, like, all the other assholes. And just let them take over that planet. Oh, speaking of Mars, man, I should say that Blue Sky, which is that was made by Jack Dorsey, the guy who originally founded Twitter. He made a social media app called Blue Sky, and right now it's only invitations. But for right now, from what I'm hearing from people, Blue Sky is going to be a good alternative to Twitter. So once it starts getting into, like, more people's feeds, that would be like a good alternative for people to go.
I might give it a go.
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing it too once it starts getting some more traction. Like right now, because only celebrities are getting invited to it. Like you have to get an invitation from them in order to even access it.
Okay, whose dick I gotta suck to get an invite?
That's not what I mean by invitation. Who is this? Oh my God, this is the racist woman you were talking about, Soph. That's what she looks like now. She's got fucking dreads.
They don't even look good.
Yeah, that's like very bad.
Like, her makeup shit.
It is. Sketchy saying when Black Twitter goes, I'm going. Some people actually starting. Yeah, I mean, basically Blue Sky, like Black Twitter's going to just start on Blue Sky. Because, I mean, there's already members of Black Twitter going over there anyway. Yeah, and from what people have said so far, it's like, wow, this place actually feels safe. It doesn't feel like it's being taken over by a bunch of blue checkmark Kevins.
Oh, we should talk about that Disney thing.
What Disney thing?
The Disney Junior fake Twitter takeover.
Okay, talk about
Right.
this, because I don't know what you're talking about.
Stuff, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, the fake. I mean, the account that was supposed to be a parody of Disney.
Yeah. Basically, they were cussing out and all that stuff, saying that South Park was coming to Disney Junior. Mind you, this is a fucking troll account that has a fake check mark.
Somehow, some idiot gave them a verify.
Oh, so fun.
I swear, was that like a troll thing? Like people were just like getting up in arms about it or whatever?
Oh,
there's an account. It's called @DisneyJuniorUK.
Okay,
yeah.
that sounds like they're just trying to get under people's skin.
And for some reason, it got a gold check mark.
Of course, because it's easy to get a gold check mark. You have to pay extra for that, I believe.
But the internet actually thought it was them, so there you go.
Yes, because this is what happened. This is what happens.
You've got to be an idiot to believe that, though, because like,
especially since like people
the
have to
person
pay
who
to
was
get
making
that now.
the account were like, wait, no way this just happened. Like they were showing disbelief that they.
Especially since blue check marks are like $8 a month. Like,
it wasn't a blue one; it was a gold one.
Yeah, so you pay extra for it. So it's like you can't. This is why when the whole check mark thing happened last week, there was just like this ultimate block the blue campaign going on, where everybody just decided to block anybody with a blue check mark, because you know those are just the muskrats. And even like major organizations that are still blue check marked, they're like, out of principle, I'm blocking you. And then they did the same thing with gold check marks as well. Because how do we know that
they're paying $1,000?
Yes, there's no reason to put all that money into it. But they believe in the cause so much that they're like, we gotta help Musk make this like the best social media account ever. It's like, no, once he bought it, it was already done. It was already over.
Forbid a middle-aged man-child have to pay for his stupid choices.
Who's mad that his ex-wife is having a lot better sex than she was with him.
I mean, considering he's had to do the test tube baby thing.
Yeah, considering.
Just putting that out there.
The irony of the
and
blue
he looks
check.
less human than the Michael Myers mask.
Did y'all hear about like this small country in like Argentina was playing the full Super Mario Brothers movie? The new one that just came out.
I swear to God, I heard you say, Circus, a Bill Maher Mario Brothers movie. I'm like, wait a minute, Bill Maher is Mario? No, thank you.
No, I did say Bill Maher.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
There's a small country in Argentina that was playing the full.
Wait a minute. How can there be a small country in Argentina when Argentina is a country?
Not a country, but a small TV station, right? They were playing the whole damn movie.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah. I just wonder what Nintendo's going to think about that when they find out.
I mean, if they
they
already probably found out already.
Send in the lawyers and the stalkers. Make sure each person is millions of dollars in debt and can't pay it off. So, they're going to be in debt for the rest of their lives, and then the kids are going to get to debt, and then the kids' kids, and so on and so forth. All praised Nintendo.
Dude, I'm just so sick of freaking, like, movie theaters right now, because I just want to watch Mario at home already. I'm like, just fucking make it available where you can watch it at home.
Well,
you did during the pandemic.
Well, I mean, that's what they'll wait for HBO Max to do.
Ugh.
And even then, they didn't even do that.
I thought HBO Max was going.
Yeah, they're changing it to something else. Yeah. Sorry, I'm happy because my team ended up making a great pick in the draft. So I'm happy.
Finally.
Well, no. The one I was talking about was my friend's team that I help follow with because they're like the home team. But New York makes a good pick. So I know the fans have been happy right now. So it's like yes. But
anything else? You want to give me an update about the bunny story, Sil?
The bunny story. Oh, the one
right.
we were talking. The one we were talking about last Wednesday.
Hold on, I have to get the post. Want me to do a quick recap of like the other one by skimming through it, or?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just to remind everybody what we're talking about.
So at least a few months ago, we ended up reading this Am I the Asshole story, where it was called, hold on, Am I the Asshole for Being Mad at My Wife for Releasing a Bunny in the Middle of the Yard? Oh wait, this is kind of, alright, so the post was that the kids found a little bunny, brought it home, they wanted to keep it, but they couldn't keep a wild rabbit and had plenty of pets already. So the dad said that, Dad told the kids that the bunny had to go back to its family. He told his wife to release the bunny near some thorn bushes, because that'd be the safest area, because the area they live has predators. Unfortunately, the wife didn't listen. She let the bunny go in the middle of the yard, and a hawk took it. And the kids are crying, the kids are sobbing, describing what happened, including the bunny screams. First, Opie was mortified, then he was angry at his wife, and then the wife was doubling down, by saying, "What was just a bunny? The kids will get over it." And then the dad is mad because, he warned her about this, and gave her clear instructions. So the kids are devastated. They are not talking to their mom for days. Anytime she tries to talk to them, they call her Bunny Killer. And, let's see. Opie tried to mediate. Kids are mad. He's mad at his wife. She's mad at him for not having her back. And tried saying, "Oh, we're husband and wife. You always have to support me no matter what." And then she got mad because he pointed out the times where she didn't have his back. So then she started crying. And the verdict he got was not the a-hole. And
I feel like you need an attorney.
And I was saying, in our Discord, I'm like, this is totally Fox News mom energy right here.
And now we got a big update. I'm gonna link this in the chat too, so you guys can read along. Right, so, entitled people, my wife remorselessly cheated on me and also got pregnant from her affair partner. Not sure if this is the right sub, but I can't think of anywhere else to post this. For those who remember me, I'm the guy whose wife made her kids release a bunny in the middle of the yard after I advised her to have the kids take it to the bushes to release it safety. Elliot?
No, we couldn't hear that because that was kind of a break up in the mic there.
Sorry. A hawk took the bunny right in front of both our children, 4 and 5 years old at the time, and they freaked out on their mother. Then came running back to me in tears. Our kids started calling their mother the Bunny Killer. That name seems apt now, and other people called her that as well after her affair got out. What happened with that poor bunny is ancient history compared to what I have to tell now. I'm speaking as a free man after finishing divorce a couple of months ago. This is going to be pretty long and complicated, so buckle up, and yes, I'll include a TLDR. Edit, AP stands for affair partner. Apologies for not making that clear sooner. Right, so I did show my wife my original Reddit post, and she was very angry with me. so much it caused a bad fight, and after it, I got the silent treatment for another week. I tried to make my kids stop mistreating their mother after the bunny incident, even with being punished by small groundings and timeouts, but the BK nickname kept coming back every time our kids got angry with their mother. My wife led up on her cold shoulder routine after a couple of weeks and conceded she should have listened to me about the bunny and should have taken it to the bushes like I said. She claimed that she just felt like she needed to defend herself because she didn't want to be wrong. I accepted that apology and apologized myself for making the Reddit post. Why? Why would you...
Manipulation tactic.
Yes. I wanted us to go to marriage counseling, but she refused. Okay, there's a red flag. She acted like there was nothing wrong with her marriage, and I decided not to push the issue further since things were seemingly getting along better. But after a few weeks, my eldest came to me saying she wanted to tell me something. There was another reason why she was so mad at her mother than just the bunny, but she was scared to tell me. I comforted her and told her she could tell me anything. Well, what she said shocked me and changed everything in an instant. She said that for months, Mama has been bringing a man over some Saturdays I was at work and had referred to him as her special friend. Oof.
That's the dick right there.
She got her kids to keep quiet about it by various means of bribery. But my eldest realized that something was very wrong with it. It spent some time working up the courage to tell me. Kids know things and pick up on stuff very quickly. I really dislike it when people dismiss those facts. I'm sorry, I need some water. This is pretty long, and I noticed my wife acting a bit differently lately. She had been more short with everyone, especially the kids. I tried talking to her about it when I showed her my first post, and she just went off on me about any little thing she could think of. Insulted my appearance, my character, my habits, even my side of the family. She even brought up that I used to smoke. I quit over 10 years ago. Then she resorted to locking me out of her bedroom and crying so loud you could hear it all over the house. So when my eldest came to me, I ended up putting two and two together. She was cheating, and her behavior was very similar to the mood swings she had while pregnant with both of our children. Similar, I say, because it was even worse. From what I gathered searching online and what friends and even a counselor have told me, my wife was both very moody from hormones and projecting because of her infidelity. I can't claim to be an expert in psychology, but it does seem to make sense. Swear it gets worse. I wanted it to all be a misunderstanding, but I quickly ordered to set up a few hidden cameras without anyone knowing. I had them delivered to my work just so no one at home would see them. Then I set them up on the day my wife went out to have a girls' night with her friends. It's very easy to hook them up and connect them to the Wi-Fi. In just a few short hours, I could monitor every part of the house from my home PC, laptop, and work PC. At first, I worried I might have been going overboard. I thought it would. But if it turned out I was wrong, then I could remove the cameras and no one would ever know. But no, my worst fears were confirmed as I got plenty of evidence in just the first week. The man my wife has taken as an AP is a former colleague of hers. I remembered him quite well as they seemed close with my wife whenever I met him at various functions. My wife quit her job years ago to become a full-time mom after getting pregnant with our first. It was a mutual decision for us both at the time. My wife stayed connected to her former co-workers as they were her best friends, but not anymore. What I'm about to tell you has pretty much made her hated by everyone. Firstly, the affair partner is younger than my wife by about a decade.
Be right back.
Right. Hold on, I need some more water. She mentored him at her former job to fill her position when she left. And the two of them stayed close, and then, in all caps, very close with one explanation point. My wife and I are both over 40, but you wouldn't know it from looking at her. She's positively stunning. She got mistaken for someone in their 20s quite a lot. And I guess she capitalized on that. I ended up confiding to my sister about what was going on and showed her the footage from the nanny cams. She told me she'd suspected for a while and said she'd seen my wife once at a local bar getting a bit too close with a man that wasn't me, but I never kissed or anything while she was watching. Just lots of touching on the shoulders and lower back. And since she wasn't sure, she didn't tell me sooner. I ended up ordering a GPS tracker as well, and after I got it working, I hid it in the trunk of my wife's car. My sister and her husband agreed to help me, and followed the tracker on my wife's next supposed night out with friends. She went to a completely different place, 20 miles further away from where she usually goes, and from there she met up with AP. My sister and brother-in-law observed them for some time from their car, and noticed AP kept rubbing her belly while they were talking. And they recorded video of this too. When I saw the footage, I knew she had to be pregnant with his baby since she was so moody at home. My sister and brother-in-law had to calm me down because I turned into a complete mess. I wanted to self-medicate with alcohol, but my sister very correctly told me that drinking was the worst. Oh, they're missing word. Drinking was the worst thing I could do at that moment. Later decided to take a leave from work, but told my wife I was actually going to be on a business trip. She couldn't have been more excited about it. And didn't even try to hide her glee that I'd be leaving for a while. Who is this woman? She's certainly not the one I married almost 20 years ago, right? Someone who looks exactly like her just take her place one day. Is she an alien from the pod people? Did I ever really know her? The more I think about it, the less it made sense to me. So my end conclusion was that trying to make sense of anything wouldn't do me any good. I had cameras all over the house. My sister and brother-in-law agreed to take my kids for a few days because they love visiting auntie and uncle in the city. This gave my wife the exact opening she wanted. She called AP only a few hours after I left. He showed up that evening to spend the night. I won't go into any details of what they did around the house. You can fill in those details yourself. But on top of that, they were joking about me continuously. They openly talked about their baby and how they needed to figure out what to do before her belly started to show, as she was already over 3 months along by then, and there was no way it could be passed off as mine. AP is a different race from me, so it would be pretty easy to tell that the baby wouldn't be mine from birth. My wife brushed AP's concerns aside and said that they had months to figure it out. Then she shamelessly admitted this wasn't even her first affair, that she slept with another man when she was 29. She told AP she was sick of having to act like the good housewife and was tired of being around a boring man like myself that made her feel old. And if it wasn't for me being so financially stable, she'd have left me long ago. Even her AP asked her about what her plans is with our kids. Her exact words were, "She can't have them." She didn't even want to be around our kids anymore because she thought they liked me better. And she'd soon be having her do-over baby anyway. I mean, I'm not their kid, and I don't even like them. They don't even like her.
Yeah, this is definitely somebody who grew up in an evangelical home. Definitely. There's all the warning signs are there. This is somebody who grew up with a lot of evangelical parents and grew up a lot around money and just originally married for the money and then realized that it wasn't like she didn't like the fact that he didn't have any power. She went to go cheat on him with another guy who seems to have like more power. Not necessarily money, but just the power dynamic. Because when you grow up in an evangelical
her having
home,
power over him, because he's
no. I'm saying like the guy that like she goes for, like he needs to like have more power. If she, this is kind of the mindset that about with women who grow up in evangelical households. They want the husband to have more power than she does. So when she originally married, this is speculation on my part, she married this guy because of the finances. Realized that this guy had no power, basically. Just didn't even, and even if he did, he didn't really express it well enough in her eyes. She felt like she had more power than he did. She gets turned off by that, so she's going to go for somebody that is going to basically rein her in, because this is the type of thing that she wants. She wants a powerful man that's going to tell her what to do, and necessarily that type of deal. So I mean, even if because power will ultimately get them the money later on. That's kind of their mindset of things that I heard growing up in high school, learning about all of these different people that grew up in these type of households. So this sounds like somebody who is just desperate for power, or to be in a family that has a lot of power, because she wants to come off good to her family. Not necessarily who she's married to with the kids, but her parents. This is like, I'm trying to impress the parents in this situation. So that's where this is coming from. So even if the guy that she's cheating with has less money than her original husband, oh no, this guy probably exerts more power than the other guy. Like, in her mind, the husband's not expressing his masculinity enough.
The way that I'm taking this is, like earlier it said about how she hates being with OP because, she's calling him boring and making her feel old. Like she has, I was reading it more as she's stuck in how there are people who are stuck in the high school mentality where they peaked there and just the act like a douchebag still.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I'm thinking it more of she's stuck in her early 20s mentality where she wants to stay in that mindset forever, even when she gets old and her hair loses its color and she gets.
That's what I mean by power. That's what I mean by power, because they all live, every evangelical conservative still lives like they're in high school. Even if they're in their 40s, 50s, they're stuck in that mindset. They're not changing their ways because, they don't have progressive ideals. They want things to be stuck from decades from when they were born. So that's what I mean by power. The boringness that comes along with it, the feeling old, make me feel young, make me feel like we can go out and do things and stuff like that. That's what's going on in her mind. So this is why all the cheating's happening. This is why all the sex is happening. This is why she wants kids that will also, and this is another thing too, the mother usually in an evangelical household exerts power over the kids, because the kids have to be subservient to her, who then is subservient to the father. So it's like a chain of command type of deal. And since the kids are being disobedient to her, she's like, well, they're not my kids. They're not respecting me. That's the type of deal that I'm reading from this.
And when she gets 60 years old, she'll be wanting those same kids to take care of her because she was their mother, and those kids are going to hate her.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Marcus, you missed,
yeah,
OP decided to pretend to be going on a work trip, but he went to a motel. Wife invites a fair partner over a few hours after he left. You fill in the blanks to what they did, but they made fun of him.
Oh, I heard the telling.
All right. I very nearly threw the laptop on the floor in my motel room because I was so disgusted. But I contained myself, drank a few beers from a six-pack, got some dinner at a diner, then watched a movie. After that, I spent half the night just laying in bed and thinking till I finally fell asleep. Ooh. I thought I knew my wife so well. I loved her and would have given her all I had to give. But then some people are just evil. You can never really know who they are till they reveal their true self. I made up my mind right then to destroy her in a divorce. I'm normally a very kind and calm man, but get me angry enough and I can become your worst nightmare. Oh gosh, the edge, that edgy fedora. I went to see a law firm for divorce lawyers then that very next day and asked for the meanest lawyer they had. I live in an at-fault state, so my wife was screwed the moment I had her affair on camera. The lawyer was initially apprehensive that I wanted to hire him so quickly until I explained my situation in more detail, and I even showed him some of the video footage. That's when he got a devilish grin and we shook hands.
Oh my God! Why does this sound like a Saturday morning cartoon villain type of story now?
I know, right?
Like, I was starting to feel sympathetic for the guy. Now it just comes like now.
Oh
it's
no,
just, no. Now it's just coming off like an evil thing now.
He said that he'd start right away because this was the kind of case divorce lawyers love to dig their teeth into. I had my wife served a few weeks later on a day I was working from home, and the kids were in school, the eldest in kindergarten and the youngest in preschool. The papers were delivered right to my wife's hands by the local sheriff. The cameras cut it all. She looked scared while she opened the envelope, read the contents, and then lost her mind. She came running into my office to scream at me, but I remained cool and calm the whole time. I was already completely mentally checked out of her marriage. My wife wanted to argue. I just told her I'd made up my mind, and I wanted her out of my house. I'm the only one who's ever paid into the mortgage. She screamed at me that I can't do this to her, and then actually threatened to tell people I'd beat her if I take her to court. And get me fired from my job to boot. I told her to go right...
This just sounds like a Saturday morning cartoon now. Like, literally. Like, I feel like this is just, like, going into that territory.
Oh, gosh, hold on. We're almost there. I told her to go right ahead and make up any lie she wants. It won't help her. It's not like she wasn't planning on screwing me over since she's pregnant with her AP's baby anyway. She went wide-eyed and asked how much I knew. I just said I knew enough. I told her once again that I wanted her to leave. She refused and said it was as much her house as it was mine, then locked herself in the bedroom again. I saw on the bedroom cameras her having a meltdown and then pulling out her phone and calling police. She was acting like she was in complete panic, but there was a huge smile on her face while she was doing it. She was quite the actress. I'd have believed that performance over the phone in a heartbeat, but I didn't already know she was a liar. I waited for police with the front door wide open and told them to come right in when they arrived. They were initially hot-blooded and ready for a showdown, but the house was clean and there were no signs of any sort of fight. My wife came running out of the bed, grabbed the vest of one of the officers, while crying and saying I was a maniac, and I asked one of the other officers to let me show that evidence of what was really going on, and he agreed, which really startled my wife as she was not aware that I'd recorded her. I showed the officer the footage from the cameras on a laptop of my wife saying she makes stuff up to ruin my life, and then the footage from the living room after she ran out of my office into the master bedroom down the hall, and then the footage from the camera in the bedroom of her calling the police and lying. I'd recorded it all. Yeah, you established that. From multiple angles, no less. Okay. And even though she claimed to the police I'd hit her, there were not only no marks on her, but the cameras all around the house showed a completely different story. Then I handed the police a thumb drive and said it had all the evidence, the video footage they needed for calling them under false pretenses. My wife, even in the face of all this, stuck to her lie, saying I was an abuser. She even tried to say the recordings were illegal and therefore inadmissible. But I pointed out that they are legal because they were security cameras inside of my own home and not recorded in public. My wife looked to the police and told them to do something, to which they did. She was the one put in handcuffs. Feels like something that would rarely happen, because I've heard of much more cases where the woman was the aggressor and yet the guy still gets arrested. He could have scratch marks on his face from her and yet he's taken away. There's no way a petite little lady could have done that. Oh.
Mhm.
This just seems like this.
I mean, I know what you said, Saturday morning cartoon, but the way I'm seeing this is there are some parts that are. I'm guessing that he just fluffed it up, make it sound more dramatic.
Yeah, it just seems too dramatic. It just feels very cartoonish. I'm sure that this stuff happened, but it just seems like it's just. This is one of the things.
If he wrote this to I don't know, as a way of venting or processing what happened, if but just letting his frustration out and maybe adding a creative flair to it, helping go through what happened. And okay, I guess you do you.
Well,
there are plenty of people who've done that.
Yeah, but my advice to that is don't do that. Because Reddit is not necessarily the best place for that stuff. It's not. It's especially how long this is. At one point I just stopped them dude, we get it. Just trim it down a little bit. Just put it in a few do it in one to two paragraphs. You don't need to go into this whole story, because you airing out all this is not making it any better. It's just making it worse, because now all of this is evidence that your wife's lawyer will probably use in court to make it seem like this is something that you're just fluffing up to make other people feel more sympathetic to you. And in a court case, you don't want that to happen if you're the innocent party. You don't want to give your opponent any.
The problem here, the court case is already over. It's been over for months, and again, there's no names on here, so.
But lawyers don't give a fuck about that, because they could instantly find out who the particular Reddit user is and what their information is. It's very easy to find that
from
on
a throwaway account.
Yes, in discovery purposes, they can find that out pretty easily. Especially if Reddit hands over the information. The lawyer can just go to Reddit and say, "Hey, I need information on this account," and Reddit and if a lawyer requests it, Reddit has to oblige with it.
And she started bawling like a child. I could only sit there shaking my head. This was once the woman I'd loved for so many years. I thought she was a wonderful, intelligent, and endearing person. I couldn't have been more wrong. As the police took her away, she screamed that they couldn't do this to her, but didn't fight back much. Otherwise, resisting arrest would have been added to her charges. And the end shut down all her credit cards that were in my name and stopped any future payments into the joint bank account. So she had to use entirely her own money to bail herself out of jail. She saved plenty all these years. She was still working while the mortgage was only on me, so she was anything but broke. She came back for her car, which I'd taken the liberty of packing a few of her suitcases full of her clothes and some other things, and left the key on the seat. So she wasn't even able to come back into the house. My wife's parents did come to speak to me a day after she bailed herself out of jail. Initially, they only had the backward story she told them, which was basically the same thing she tried to tell the police. Her father was ready to attack me. Old as he is, he's big and strong, but when I asked him if he knew anything about my wife's affair or her pregnancy, he looked very surprised and gave me the chance to explain myself. I pulled out the laptop again to show my in-laws what I'd recorded. When they found out the truth, they were disgusted and said they couldn't believe this person was their daughter. They apologized to me and said they'd keep in touch to help out with my kids. Then they called my wife on speaker right in front of me and confronted her about her lies. She tried to double down till they said that they were with me right then and saw the recordings. They knew everything and wanted her out of their house immediately. She tried to backpedal, but my in-laws said they did not raise her to be a selfish, adulterous bitch that would try to frame her own husband, and she was no longer their daughter. They disowned her over the phone right then and there. What were you going to say?
I said, definitely sounds like Christian family.
Yeah. And then hung up before my wife could say anything else. She tried to call back, but they ignored her every attempt. And when they got home, not only was she gone, but she destroyed several things around their house. While my mill was in tears about it. I still consider my ex's parents my in-laws, because they still drop by from time to time to see their grandchildren. But my ex is effectively dead to us all. Oh gosh, it's still going. My wife later came back with her spare partner in tow to pack her things. AP wouldn't even come in the house, and my wife refused to speak a word to me while gathering her remaining things. She knew there were cameras everywhere, and she'd damn herself more if she tried anything else. Wasn't alone either, as my sister and Bill were there to help keep an eye on her. Bill made sure to keep his eye on AP from the window. My wife was still packing when the kids got home, and she made no attempt to speak to either of them, not even when our youngest cried for her. Before leaving, she did take a few of the photos we had of each other from our wedding off the wall and threw them on the floor to break them. I think she was expecting a reaction out of me because of the way she looked at me while doing it. But since I didn't say anything, she just took the last of her bags and walked out the door. After she was gone, I had to call my elderly mother to come and stay with me for a while because I couldn't take care of my kids alone. I couldn't take a lot time off work, and I didn't have a lot of daycare options either. I also ordered DNA tests for my kids. I was sure they were mine, but several people told me that just in case I had to know. Thankfully, yes, both my kids are mine. And yes, I did get tested for STIs, and I'm clean, so no worries there. Oh, man. About a week later, my wife showed back up at my door saying that she would agree to a clean divorce if I did as well, meaning she'd have gotten half of everything if I had agreed, but I said no to her face. There was some fighting back and forth, and she'd more or less admitted finding out the law in the state was not on her side. We met, got engaged, got married, and lived our whole lives in this state. There's no way she could get out of taking a major loss unless I agreed to settle, which I did not. Then I said she betrayed me, our kids, her parents, and practically everyone by having an affair. Then I slammed the door in her face. She left quietly, and I didn't see her till court. Oh, we're almost done.
Thank God.
A few months later in divorce court, my wife was visibly quite pregnant by then, and she got a lawyer. AP was also nowhere to be seen. I expected her to lie to the judge, which she stated to a few times, but I had enough video evidence to refute any lies, so she really didn't stand a chance. So instead, she tried to drag out the divorce by simply refusing to cooperate and making various demands. She wanted most of my savings for starters, and she wanted a long list of other things I own. And she wanted me to buy out her half of the house, even though she never paid into it. On my end, I was pushing for full custody of the kids and to get her name off the house deed. I had the video evidence to back up how she said she didn't really care for our children anymore, too, and how she said she would make up lies. My wife tried to stall and repeatedly changed her demands, but the judge didn't let her keep dragging things out. This being an at-fault state meant that she was entitled to very little since she was the adulterer, and her attempting to frame me only made her case even worse. In the end, she lost all custody of our kids and walked away with nothing more than her belongings, which could be considered a fair financial settlement considering the circumstances and the car I'd previously bought for her. The title was in my name, but I signed it over without a care as part of the settlement. She made no attempts to even speak to her kids during the entire divorce anyway, so I got full custody of the house entirely mine now, and I'm completely free of her. Right, we're on the last two paragraphs. My now ex-wife did try to keep up with her lies about me to the others before and during the divorce, but my sister spread word about my wife's infidelity, and soon all mutual friends cut her off when they realized who was telling the truth. She and AP left town together after the divorce ended. I heard AP wasn't fired, but he was transferred. Where? I don't know, but I do know my ex had to go with him. They could have transferred him and my ex to go freeze in Greenland for all I care. I'm just happy they've both left. My ex should have her do-over baby by now, and I hope it was worth it to her. That is not what I thought I'd be posting on Reddit after just talking with my wife releasing a bunny where a hawk could get it. But many of the comments I previously got about how my wife was acting made me realize I should have been paying attention to the red flags long ago. I guess I just kept rose-tinted glasses on for our entire marriage, but it's all over now. Thank you to any readers who made it through this. I know it was a lot to read, but this is my life.
When are you going to sell the movie rights?
Too long didn't read. My wife unapologetically cheated on me, admitted to hating her children, and even a prior affair, while being secretly recorded, was only with me for financial stability. Her AP is a decade younger than her, and she got pregnant by him. Caught them with hidden cameras, filed for divorce. My ex lost everything, including her family, as they all disowned her. I am now a free man after the divorce and doing well.
Well, this is what happens when you get married early.
Yeah, the too long to read thing should have just been the one thing that he just posted. That's it. Like this is just like this could have just been.
Caught my wife cheating. I left her. I got everything. She's gone, and I got the kids.
Like this whole thing just turned into like the whole trucker thing, except that one thankfully just put everything chapter by chapter. Like they just turned it into like its own book. This was just like, I'm just gonna air out everything, just airing out every single emotion I'm going through. Right. I'm not saying that what he's experiencing is, I'm saying that what he went through is horrible. My issue is this is not the right outlet for you to put that out there. Like, I know that you want to try to get, sympathy from people. It's much better to get this from, like, a therapist. Like, this is something that you talk to a therapist about. And considering that this guy has money, like, obviously he could, even if it was just like a one-off thing where you just air out all these grievances and then you never see him again. But there is more of a cry for people online to not post their trauma baiting and everything, because this is like becoming like a growing trend that people are starting to do, and it's causing a lot more mental health issues than it's actually curing. Like, you can have a community of people that you can talk to about this. Even that community will say, don't air it out in stories, don't air it out too much when you talk about it in your posts. And if you do, keep it simple. Keep it like a paragraph, or just have it as a picture, especially considering if what you're going through is something that needs like changes in like policy or politics wise. Like, you could talk about it like that. This is just coming off as just like a man is so taken by this whole experience that he's just airing everything out to like a whole bunch of people, like random people that he has no connection with online. It's just a bunch of Redditors on there, and usually just airing out your grievances to random people. And YouTubers have had to learn this too, because there are YouTubers that have been posting their trauma to like random fans on there, and then these fans are leaving because this is not exactly what they're signing up for to see. Like, and people are. This is not healthy. There's plenty of people that are saying this is not healthy for you. It's not going to make things better for you. You need a trained professional to talk this out with, not a bunch of random people on a Reddit page to go through this grievances. Yes, you can get sympathy for them. Just don't air everything out. Keep it simple. Like that too long to read thing, that would have been perfect for you to post on there, and then you could have gotten a lot more. I mean, you could have gotten a lot more sympathy than what you've already did with this whole thing. But to have people read that entire thing, and at some point, people are just going to be like, "Oh my God, when will this end?" Because this almost feels like a full blown movie, almost. I mean, I've seen
a little novel
or a little novella. Yeah, this just seems like there's fault with him with this particular thing, and I really wish that people would pay more attention when they say don't trauma bait your audience, don't trauma bait people out there, because the last thing that people want to see, especially if they're going through trauma themselves, especially since he didn't put any warnings beforehand. Like, a warning would have been nice for people, especially if they're saying, oh, some things that I might talk about might be too tough for specific readers out there. So if you don't want to read the rest of it, stop reading and then just scroll all the way down to or just move on to the next thing. Like people got to be self-aware of these things. You know what I mean? Because trauma baiting is. It's way too. It's not a good thing for online discourse. That's my take. Right. Not saying that what he went through is not saying that what he went through is not bad. I mean, because it is bad.
They went too far into it.
They just way too far. Sometimes you got to take it back a little bit.
Brevity is the soul of wit, as they say.
Yes.
Wait, did I get that quote right?
I think you did, because it sounds familiar.
Hold on, I gotta make sure.
Okay.
I gotta make sure. I kept hearing it. Yeah, brevity is the soul of wit.
Yeah,
comes from the play Hamlet.
Ah, yes. Because even Hamlet knew how to keep things short. Even his suicide monologue, "To be or not to be," that was only a few paragraphs.
Yeah.
sorry. I've been dealing with a headache for a while, and that did not help.
You know, I was like, Sylph, do you want to take a break from it? Because it sounds like it was torture, like midway
I
through.
should have asked if someone could I could tap out with. And I'm like, oh no, I'm tough. I can read.
No, Sylph, you don't need to.
I thought you just.
Yeah, you don't need to prove how tough you are, because you're already a badass. So you don't need to do that.
I just thought you were going to go into a short story, give the Cliff Notes version, and that would be it.
Yeah.
You know what? Hold on. I want to. If it's okay, I want to show something I've been trying to learn.
Okay.
It's, see if I can share my screen.
You can do it on the Discord.
Oh.
Yeah, because there's.
Yeah.
Because I can't share it through the StreamYard.
Yeah, I'm throwing it through the Discord.
Oh, there it is. Hold on.
I'm going to show it very briefly.
It's still
okay,
loading.
Discord.
It's still loading. I can't see it.
Showing?
No, it's paused. You minimized the application.
Oh, okay, there.
Ooh, look at all that food.
Oh, God.
Hold on, I'm going to see if I can do this.
Is this Genshin?
Yes.
Ah, so that's what it looks like.
I'm just waiting for the liar to pull up. Okay, here it is.
Are those all Greek alphabet letters? Oh, somebody's got some music skills.
I'm looking at a note page right now. Is it playing the whole thing, or?
Whatever you're playing, that's what we're hearing.
Of course, our audience wouldn't know what we're talking about.
Well, they're hearing the music right now. I can't show it because it's on Sylph's end, but yeah, we're playing some music from Genshin Impact.
Oh no, it's a song. It's not from the game specifically. It's like a very specific song from somewhere else. I'm just playing it on a lyre and or part of it on a lyre.
No, what is the song?
I want to see if like chat recognizes it.
Hi, Greedy. Chester came in here, guys. Hi, baby. Sheepy. Why you still on my breath?
Yeah, I have no idea what the song is.
Is chat saying anything?
No.
I can't even get to chat. I have a 13-pound cat on me. God, little guys, you put all your muscle in your paws.
Alright, I had to get off of the stream because it's taking too much of my CPU.
Stop them. It's supposed to be part of Megalovania.
What's Megalovania?
Undertale.
Oh, I never played Undertale. I saw a friend play it, and I saw it once, and then they showed me a YouTube video of Undertale and John Cena remix.
I thought if I ever got into a game with someone, it'd be funny if I knew how to do the song.
Little guy, mommy's working. I know you want attention. Don't mind me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. I found this other thing that I found. It's called Ask Reddit, and one of the questions was, which fictional character do you think would definitely have an OnlyFans?
Oh, God. Oh, God. Yes, I mean, he is bi, so, I mean, he definitely would have some of his friends on there with him.
Someone said Bonnie. You know, Bonnie Swanson?
No.
Joe's wife from Family Guy.
Oh. I don't watch Family Guy.
Yeah, I used to watch it, but they're not. They kind of. There's a certain point where it was good, and then.
Yeah, that always seems to be. That always seems to be the case.
Like as Roger from American Dad, he'd have more than one.
Yeah, because there's different personalities.
And then he'd also stalk himself, bankrupt himself, paying for multiple of his own subs, and get into some kind of petty rivalry with himself, resulting in a downward spiral that leads to all of them collapsing dramatically.
Oh, Lord.
I would say all the Archer characters.
Yeah, someone put, I saw that earlier, everyone from Archer.
Yeah, everyone from Archer.
I would say Bender Rodriguez.
Pam, someone else was...
Oh, yes, Pam from Archer. Yes, definitely her.
Him for Powerpuff Girls.
Him, definitely.
Zap Brannigan. Kif would begrudgingly take the photos. Kif, I have my first subscriber. Inform the men.
Mrs.
That red-ass devil from Cow and Chicken. I forgot his name.
Yeah, the red guy from Cow and Chicken. The videos would have him butt walking.
Yeah.
What's the name of the red? Oh, it's just red guy.
Okay.
Mrs. Bighead.
Oh, definitely.
I'm not seeing her on there. People answering that. Johnny Bravo.
Why?
Well, dude, he was like sexually harassing every fucking woman he thought was hot.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know, him doing like shirtless selfies, flexing his muscles.
I mean, he would have to show his entire naked body at one point, but even then he would have to censor his own dick.
Is that does it necessarily have to? Because I know there's some people who just do like artistic without.
I mean, you could be artistic with it if you want to, but knowing him, he'll probably want to go full body.
Gaston from Beauty and the Beast.
Who?
I think.
Oh, Gaston. Yes, yeah, definitely.
And then they went into the No One song.
Yeah, no one. Okay. Yeah, he'll sing that to his fans if they go behind the paywall.
I think like Brittany from Daria would have an OnlyFans.
Cartman's mom and Cartman too.
I would agree with Cartman mom.
Bonnie Lebowski.
Who?
Oh wait, Cartman's mom was already on a German site.
And these are
yeah.
We're only talking cartoon characters, right?
Yes.
Fictional characters, yeah.
All right, so we could do live action characters too. Okay.
Yeah.
Quagmire, but the women wouldn't know he's posting them.
Yeah,
Mr. Slave. Oh, Bayonetta. It's absurdly expensive, and when you subscribe, you find out it's a mix of wine pairing recommendations, hat haul try-ons, and gun care tips.
Mama's boy.
Deadpool.
Of course Deadpool would do that.
Kelly Bundy.
Who?
Yeah. Married with Children.
Oh, now we're going into soap opera territory?
James from Pokemon.
Who?
Married with Children was a TV show from the 90s, like Al Bundy, Peg Bundy.
Oh, ew. No, thank you.
James from Pokemon, and Jesse would be his manager, never appear in content, but demand half the pay.
Yep, he would definitely put on that Moltres costume.
Lumpy Space Princess.
I've seen Jesse and James doing S&M, and Jesse would be
the
fucking dominatrix.
No, James is not into women.
Let a girl have her fantasies. Jeez.
Austin Powers.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
The guy already has a penis on his chest. Why not?
No.
Mrs. Crabapple.
Oh, yes, because she's desperate. Until she married Flanders.
The character Kat that Ariana Grande played on Victorious.
So Ariana Grande.
Yeah, she played herself, basically.
Randy Marsh. You mean Lord.
Yeah, Lord.
Yeah, Lord.
And any fictional character that Cardi B played.
Yeah.
Amy Wong from Futurama.
I don't see that. She's too rich anyway.
Oh, what makes you think like what rich people can't do OnlyFans?
Dude, I'm just saying she wouldn't be desperate enough to get on there and make money that way.
What about all the desperate housewives?
Dude, they're already fucking rich. What the hell are you talking about?
What makes you think they're doing it for the money? What makes you think they're just doing it because they just want to express their inner sexuality?
Look at how many of them dress. They doing it for the money.
Marshmallow from Bob's Burgers. Gilderoy Lockhart.
Why does that name sound familiar?
Harry Potter.
Oh God!
It's the guy from
Why?
the second movie.
Oh
who
God, Kenneth
who
Branagh
took people's credits for their work and then made them forget
I know,
they did it.
I know who you're talking about. It's Kenneth Branagh, basically, the Shakespearean guy. Okay, so let's just put every Shakespeare character in there. Why don't we?
Blanche from the Golden Girls. Someone wrote, Sophia would be vastly more popular and she'd be doing nothing but throwing shade while cooking all her recipes from the old country.
Blanche.
Picture it,
name.
Sicily,
Blanche.
1923.
The name's Blanche.
Oh, sorry.
Will from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Jack from Will and Grace.
Dean Winchester?
I don't see Dean Winchester fucking doing it.
George from Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Oh, Kramer, ... but also George.
No, Kramer would do it because he thinks it's innocent.
No, you probably think it's art.
Like, yeah, he'll probably think it's art and be like a get-rich-quick scheme.
Loki would manage to violate every rule within his first hour.
I think Link would have an OnlyFans.
Legend of Zelda Link?
Yes.
No, because there's no indication to make it seem like he is like into sex at all.
Dude, I think this dude.
If anything, there was him more excited at like when he made food.
Yeah, like he likes.
That's
food.
the thing. He's gonna be doing food porn then.
Yeah, but nobody goes to OnlyFans to see people cook food.
I'm talking about rubbing food on.
No, Circus, no. Not even he would do that.
Aphrodite.
Who?
From what?
Aphrodite?
The goddess?
The goddess?
Yeah, the goddess.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I guess we're going to get to full-fledged Greek and Roman territory. Then Hercules. Because God knows
the Disney version, or
no,
Hercules.
Hercules in general was a fucking slut apparently.
Well, we're gonna have to throw dear old daddy in the ring for this, Mr. Zeus himself.
Oh yeah,
because he was a fucking slut himself.
He had sex with everybody, men and women.
Exactly.
Boomhauer. What?
Who? Boomhauer.
Yeah.
Talking about Fabio.
Oh God, no, don't introduce OnlyFans to Bill Dauterive.
Dude, I see John Redcorn having OnlyFans.
It's like, my nan doesn't like me anymore. I'm going on OnlyFans.
Stacy's mom.
Who?
The song. That chick from Stacy's Mom.
I don't know the song.
Funny.
What?
Gay, straight, trans, drag queen, and cosplay. Top 10 OnlyFans content for 2 years running. Top subscribers also get Lola, Bunny, nudes, and lewds.
Okay.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Well,
gosh, Bugs Bunny dressed as a woman inspired strange feelings in this person as a lad. Debbie Gallagher.
I don't know.
Myrtle from The Great Gatsby.
here's
Bender.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Trevor Phillips.
Trevor Phillips? Oh my God, we got another good pick. Sorry. I was just watching, like, I'm just looking at the draft. It was
Michael's wife.
Another glorious night.
Kimmy Gibbler?
Who?
Kimmy from Full House.
Oh, I didn't watch Full House.
That's the thing. I don't see Kimmy Gibbler ever having a fucking OnlyFans. Now that she's grown up and had a daughter. But I could say her husband definitely would have one.
Lord Farquaad?
Why?
I don't know.
Who
Some
wants
of these
to
are
see that?
baffling. Oh gosh, no, not Buffalo Bill.
Oh no! Now it places the lotion in the basket.
You're weird,
It presses
Bill.
the subscribe button or else it gets the hose again.
Yeah, it rubs the lotion on its skin. I had one of my coworkers.
Someone put link.
Oh, yeah.
He'd be the sexiest twink on the web and occasionally cross-dress and look better than most women.
I called it.
We'll just say that he's going to be a drag queen.
Just Pepe Le Pew.
Oh God.
You know, I think Toad would have an OnlyFans. I
Hey,
don't
guys!
know why.
Hey guys, you ready to see some action?
I'm gonna see if someone put that in there.
Who's ready to see the toadstool? Apparently nobody. Apparently nobody. Okay, bye everybody. I suck at life.
Oh, I haven't found Toad, but I found Peach.
Why?
Yeah.
No. There was nothing to indicate that she was. I mean, there's nothing to indicate that she was into that.
Besides, Toad looks like a stripper already. That's why I fucking chose Toad.
I mean, I already got the vest that a lot of the Chippendales wear.
Someone would have said Daisy.
No.
No. I see none of the Mario characters as that, to be honest.
Not even what's her name? The actress lady?
Who?
The actress lady who was in 1,000 Year Door, the one that looks like a giant cloud.
Lady, God, what was her name?
Lady
I'm gonna look
Gaga?
this up.
I forgot her name. Oh my God, how am I forgetting her name? Goombella, Coops, Lady, Yoshi, Vivian, Bobbery, Miss Mouse. Why am I forgetting forgetting the big boobed ghost?
Madame Flurry.
Madame Flurry, that was it.
Birdo would have a fucking OnlyFans, I think.
Yes, she's a transgender goddess.
Mm-hmm. But I can definitely see Toad.
Of course you would. Then why is it that you're not paying for me?
Because I don't want to know what's under all that.
I found one that Joseph Joestar.
Yeah, I could definitely see Joseph doing that.
Someone wrote my thought was Jolene, but also yes, and Polnareff.
I could see Jolene. I mean, Jolene is kind of more serious than anything. I think she would do it if she was influenced, because she definitely because she got influenced by her ex. So if her ex made her do it, I could see that. But Joseph would be like, and next you'll say, it's time for you to take off your pants. Am I right?
Let's bring on Magic Mike, everybody.
Smurfette.
No.
None of the Smurfs.
I'm gonna try. Now they're all starting to.
Paulina?
Maybe.
She's a mayor, though.
If she wasn't a mayor.
She's a damsel in distress, if that's the case.
You don't know her college past.
No, neither do you. Because it's never been explained.
Exactly.
Well, what makes you think
Sally
she's gonna
from
go?
Cars.
I don't know who that is.
The Cars movie?
I never seen
Ugh.
the Cars movies.
Good, you haven't been exposed to Mater.
What, Larry the Cable Guy?
Yeah.
Oh God, I mean he's a fictional character, so throw him in
Technically,
there.
yes. Yeah, but I don't want to see Larry the fucking Cable Guy naked.
Oh, yeah, well,
Okay,
too bad.
who the
People
fuck
will.
looked at this car and thought, oh, hey, I want an OnlyFans of that?
Rule 34 people.
I know. Just Tinkerbell. Why?
Yeah.
Well, no.
Captain America.
Why? He's like the prototypical like 1950s American. He would look at OnlyFans and try to get it canceled off the internet. Oh, thank you, Echo.
Oh gosh, Lola from Shark Tale. That is a fish.
Yeah, it's a fish. Regardless if she's voiced by Angelina Jolie, she's still a fish.
And regardless of her having Angelina Jolie's face.
Yeah.
It's hideous. All those fish are hideous.
Alright, I think I'm done with this list, because
It's ridiculous.
starting... Yeah, well, that is, some of the entries are starting to repeat again and again, and...
Can Magic Mike have an OnlyFans? I would like to see that.
Well, I mean, Channing Tatum is just automatically going to have one. He'll probably wear the American underwear he was wearing in Logan Run too.
According to Gabriel Iglesias, Matthew McConaughey has a big one, so maybe I would like to see that too.
No, he's a dick.
Well, apparently I like dicks, so there you go.
This is like a guy that's just like a dick. Like, does not live up to his reputation.
Well, you have to be a dick nowadays with certain people.
Not necessarily.
Chester, do you have any idea who should have an OnlyFans? He's like,
Mystique, that one was... Oh gosh, Mr. Krabs.
What? No SpongeBob characters.
And then someone wrote Waluigi just for the chaos of it.
We already did that Love Simulator. No.
Oh gosh, Peggy Hill, but she would misunderstand the purpose and post arts and crafts or recipes.
Yeah, she'll probably she'll probably think it's like, ooh, she'll probably think it's like a way to empower women in this in like in her own mind. It's like, no, they're just there. It's like the whole feet episode. Because like it's like, oh, we're showing off your feet because it's empowering women. It's like, no, just people just like your feet because it's just like they're just big. Like, even though we should all like say that sex work is work and that we should empower more sex workers to be able, like, and that's all well and good, but there's just some people that are just going to go there just because they just want to see you naked.
They should have more benefits like they do in Amsterdam. That's pretty much what I think about sex work. They need more opportunities.
Well, they definitely need more access to contraception, because apparently the people that are like a couple adult, because apparently according to some adult film stars that started a non-profit getting contraceptions to other sex workers, apparently there's not a lot of like either adult film studios that do that. Like, a lot of the sex workers are on their own, especially when they're doing like performances with their friends and everything. It's like they don't get that access.
Ugh.
Oh, right, because wasn't there someone who tried, like, talking about what happened, but then she got harassed to the point where she unalived herself?
I don't know. I know that there was a documentary that recently came out talking about like the evils of Pornhub and like other things. It's on Netflix, but it's better to get it from like YouTube or something, because they only go into like a certain segment. They don't go over the whole thing.
I just watched a documentary recently about like the evil of Ron Jeremy.
Oh yeah, he was a total fucking prick.
Mhm. Touching women improperly, raping them before seeing.
And then
nobody believed in the porn stars.
And then his friends that he did a lot of scenes with, they defended him constantly.
Mhm.
Like even people that didn't perform with him defended him just because of his name. It's like, how dare you ruin his reputation? He made us all. Without him, you wouldn't be nothing. It's like, so fucking what? I didn't make my name off it. I didn't make myself famous off his name. I did it because I worked hard. Because I love what I do.
To me, it just kind of pissed me off. They didn't believe the porn stars because, okay, they're in porn, big fucking whoop. You don't go rape a woman, and that's it, because you're in the porn industry, and don't believe a woman because she got raped. No, rape is still rape. I hate to say it.
Yeah,
men who don't believe that.
The adult film industry is just like terrible at it. That's why I was saying a lot of the workers have to look out for themselves, because a lot of the producers and directors they just don't care for that shit, because all they care about is putting like their content online so that they can get like more people to jerk off to their stuff.
True. Hell, even Linda Lovelace fucking went through hell with her ex-husband when she wanted to get out.
Yeah.
I think it's near the time time to leave.
Yeah, and guess what else is coming up? Cinco de Mayo is next Friday.
Ooh, we should have fun. What should we do for Cinco de Mayo?
Well, probably not try to whitewash the holiday, for one thing. So please don't come on here and say like, oh, I got all this stuff from Taco Bell. Like, you motherfuckers.
Dude, I don't even eat at Taco Bell. That shit makes me sick.
Yeah, no, I don't like Taco Bell either. I like to go to like the food trucks that like where it's authentic, like and all the ingredients are fresh. Either that or Rocco's Tacos. But
dude, I celebrate the American holiday of 4th of July.
I prefer the food trucks, because the food trucks are really authentic. But anyway, we'll think of something for Friday. Well, until then, everybody, thank you for watching the show or listening to the show. And we'll catch you. Well, I'll be solo Monday talking about some stuff. And then Wednesday we'll be back with Dog and Rampa. And then Friday we'll do something for Cinco de Mayo. So until then, good night, everybody. And take care of yourself and each other. Bye, everybody.
Help me, the killer bears got me.